Oh, hello. Didn't see you there. I apologize for the videos taking a little bit more time to release. I've been dealing with some family stuff and whatnot. And we're going to try a little different format of a video for this time on making a class with me, John McClain. What's up, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm sitting at my computer desk getting some work done. So this one's going to be quick and dirty. Today, we're talking about episode 5, which is going to cover positions. And what I mean by that is what defines a position and how much time does it cost you to create another position. Now, to me, a position is any time there is a movement followed by a stop. Okay, when you stop, you've created a position. And it doesn't matter if it's the last position that you're creating or even one in the middle course of fire or something like that. If there's any sort of movement before you stop to engage a target, you've then created a position. Now, that can be whether or not it's a 5-yard run or a 5-inch shuffle. You've created a position because you've created movement. Whenever you're moving, you're probably not necessarily shooting the gun because you don't have a good sight picture, not able to focus on trigger control, and so you're adding time. Movement equals time. So we're going to go over and kind of show how much time it costs you to do even just a little shuffle. In these videos, we're going to talk a little bit about how the difference between hitting a position where you can engage 2 targets versus hitting the position, engaging a target, and then not being exactly in the right spot and resulting in you having to make a small shuffle movement. So it's really talking about how important it is to hit the positions that you need to hit in order to engage the targets that you need to engage. So let's look at the videos and kind of break it down. Now, in this first example, we're talking about hitting your position with no extra movement. So basically, you're simulating hitting the position correctly and being able to see all the targets that you need to see from that position. In the first string, we had a time of 1.88. In the second string, we have a time of 1.85. And the third string is going to be a time of 1.82, which is going to give us an average of 1.85. Now, in this second example, what we are doing is creating another position with a small shuffle step. The step is roughly about a foot of movement, but it's to simulate not hitting the position correctly and having to create one more position in order to engage the final target. The first string was a time of 1.99. The second string is a time of 2.02. And the third string is a time of 2.03, which is an average of 2.01, which is a difference of 0.16. Okay, so let's dive in just a little bit more in detail. Again, this is just to simulate getting into a position, whether or not it's through a port or an opening of a wall or maybe even having a wall in the way. And it's about really hitting your positions and hitting your marks necessary in order to see all the targets that you need to see without creating excess movement and, more importantly, an excess position. Now, to me, even if when I really talk about creating a position, what I want to talk about is it's the lower body. It's having to actually physically shuffle your feet, because I'm a firm believer that if you land in a position and you have your feet nice and spread apart and you're shifting your upper body in order to see all the targets present, I don't consider that creating another position, because you're not physically having to adjust your whole body. You're just moving your upper body. It'd be the same as just tank turreting your gun over and transitioning to another target. I think the body lean is the exact same thing. All you're doing is just transitioning weight, but not physically moving your feet. Therefore, we're not creating another position. And that's really one of the things you want to focus on when you're talking about creating extra positions, because that's how you're going to lose time, is by having to do these little side shuffle steps, once, twice every stage. Now, we said the difference in those videos were about 0.16. We're just going to say 0.15 just for simplicity of math, because even though I'm half Asian, I'm terrible at math. Now, we're also going to say that in the example match that we've been using of 10 stages, let's just say you had to do that at least once per stage. Now, that's going to end up being 1.5 seconds of time that we could potentially save. But the fact of the matter is, we've all gotten to those matches and have to do that once, twice, three times, maybe even on several stages at a time. So in reality, that number could exponentially get out of control very quickly by not hitting your positions. Now, when it comes to hitting positions, there's a couple things and a couple ideas that you can do to make sure that you don't create that excess movement. The first thing is to keep your eyes up on the target and use some sort of an index as to when you know you're in the right position. Whether or not it's a barrel getting in the way of the target, or the wall getting in the way of the target, or the target being presented in a certain way. There's a lot of visual cues that you can use in your actual line of sight as far as your targets go, that you can use as your indexes and indicators to be able to help you find the correct position. The other way is to use another visual indicator and cue, except that it's going to be on the ground based on where do I need my feet to be. So that can be something as simple as finding a nail in the fault line, finding a weird abnormality in the fault line, even finding something abnormal on the ground, a big old divot where all the other shooters have stopped could be a great indicator. Things like that visually you want to look at. And basically when you're running into that position, your eyes should initially find your indicator spot first. Once you have it confirmed and you know you're about to hit the position, then your eyes come up to the target. You shouldn't be looking down as you get into the position and then come up to the target. It should be okay, I'm 2 steps away from where I need to be. I generally know where my foot needs to land. Now it's time to bring my eyes up and start preparing to engage the targets necessary. All right. So again, we're adding another 1.5 seconds. I know that doesn't seem like a lot, but again, that's just for one small shuffle step on a 10-stage match, 1 per stage, which is not super realistic, and there's definitely a lot more time that could be saved if you could just learn how to create those positions and hit them in a good, solid fashion. So that's it for this episode of Making A-Class with John McClain, but please subscribe, like, comment, and stay tuned because I got some more great information for you.